Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 4 Week 7, Day 7 live stream. So today, of course, we are going to be going over all of the spoilers for the week. And then probably conclude our token grinding. We did really good this weekend. I believe we're at 3 Nisha and 8 Anu so far this weekend. Those are generally the only two I really keep track of. But yeah, we got 3 Anus and what was it? Within an hour or within a day? I can't remember. One or the other. But yeah, we did really good the other day. In that regard, got pretty lucky. But anyways, let me just make sure the thumbnail thingy is doing thumbnail thingy. Sometimes it's been a little weird lately, but it seems to be going good. Okay, so let's go and get into the spoilers then. And bring up all that for the entire week. That's not where we go for that. Going into there for it. Though I do need to go in there. We still haven't claimed our invasion yet because I don't believe we had it finished earlier. We should have it finished now though. If not, we'll definitely do our battles. But let's see. Gems of War. To the spoilers. Let's go to the official ones first though, of course. And then we'll go to the rest of them. Where's the official post? Also, a big thing as well for this week. We are having, or not we, but the devs of the game are doing a Q&A on Wednesday. So that's at pretty much right after our stream on Wednesday. So we'll make sure to post that link and everything and probably stream up to that point as well. So we can all just go directly thereafter. But yeah, that's just Wednesday. But anyways, so we are getting a new event key legend that we'll be able to go get. As far as the one that's going to be available for Glory, of course, is a Sword's Edge event. We're getting a Beast Knight. Kind of interesting that a Beast is just considered a Knight, but apparently it is. But it deals damage to the last enemy, and if the other troop is on your team, it inflicts 2 stacks of bleed to them. Interesting. I assume that other troop summons this then. And it also has a banding trait, which will never be used, armor, which will never be used, and the other thing, which will never be used. It looks pretty bad. Well, technically armored would be the other two, not so much. But even if this didn't have this condition, that seems like it would never be used. Though this does make me think that this troop summons that troop, as it would make sense based on that. So, of course, this is a thing that is boosted based on the Ulf Haringen. He's a legendary human knight from Sword's Edge. He deals some true damage to an enemy. Or to 3 random enemies, and if the enemy is wounded, deal 10 extra damage, and then summons, yep, of course, the other troop that we just went over. So that's okay. The fact that it hits 3 random enemies makes it really similar to Tina 9000. This seems like this is a legendary version of Tina 9000 in a sense. Though generally, if you own Tina 9000, that would just be way better than using this thing. But it does seem like the lower rarity alternative. So at least there's that going for it. Aside from that, it does gain 1 to all skills for each ally with a banding trait. So this is... Wait, that's not per turn. Oh, this is horrible. This is a legendary trait? Wow, what are they doing with the banding traits? These have been so horrifically bad. But yeah, I thought that was per turn to like all banding things that have like a banding trait. No, that's just a one time at beginning. Gain 1 to all skills for each ally with a banding trait. Not per turn, not to every single thing with a banding trait, just to itself once at beginning of battle. That is extremely bad. Though if that was per turn per banding, that could actually make banding not useless. But it is very much not that. It's just turn 1 and it's only to itself. So yeah, it's basically just a weaker version of Tina 9000. We'll get it just to have it, but it's a pretty bad troop. Both of them are. Unfortunately. But anyways, so scoring. As far as the scoring, we got ourselves fangs, more fangs, more fangs. How do they work? Let's see. We're 3 points, and wait, there's skulls? Oh, never mind, there's some skulls there too. Oh, it's in the middle for those other two. And the skulls are worth 2 points. Why make this confusing? The battles will each drop a variable number of fangs and skulls, on average of 1 point blah blah blah. As the battles get harder, they increase the amount of fangs and skulls, so you generally want to keep doing these exact same ones and focus mostly on basically rarity order, except one caveat to that. Actually, no, never mind. This is pretty much just rarity order, where you'd focus on Draculus the most, Crimson Bat next, then Duhorin, then Werewolf, then Nosferatu, and then try not to do Vampire Lord. The really annoying part about this, though, is every single room is worth a different amount of points. So this is 12, this is 16, this is... Oh, wait, hold up. This one's also 12. Why make this so confusing? So Werewolf is worth the same as Vampire Lord. Dolan is worth 16, which is the same as Nosferatu. So these are two different resources, but they're worth the same. So Vampire Lord is worth the same as Werewolf. Nosferatu is worth the same as Duhalan. And then Crimson Bat's the good, and then Dracula's is the best. So that's really weird. But yeah, Vampire Lord and Werewolf are worth the same. And Nosferatu and Dolan are worth the same. And then Crimson Bat and Dracula's are always worth taking every time you see it. Someone else do the breakdown? Yep, that's the breakdown. Let's be the breakdown. Hey, wasn't there another one with skulls? Why don't they have both? Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, did I miss math? Wait, 16. Am I missing something? I thought the other one was tied with it, too. 3 fangs is... Oh, never mind. It's 3 each, so that's 9 and that's 12. My bad. Why did I think my math was wrong? I thought these were 4 points each. My bad. So this is worth... Why make it so confusing? This is worth 9. That's worth 12. This is worth 12. Never mind. That makes more sense then. Dolan is worth 16. And then... Okay, never mind. It is actually in order then. Never mind. I thought that was a 4, not a 3. It's still just as annoying as it would ever be. But yeah, just look at that breakdown. Make things simpler. Anyways. I thought it was a 4. Anyways. So, as far as weekly stuff, it's not my fault they keep trying to make it as confusing as humanly possible. For no apparent reason. But anyways, as far as next week, Tuesday we got the faction event for Sea of Sorrows. Sea of Sorrows has a okay weapon. It's a Withering Staff. That one brown-blue you occasionally see me using with like a Phoenicia build. It's a good cleanup option. Very rarely do you use in a team. However, it has Entangle while having Skull Creation on Hero, which is a pretty decent combination. So definitely worth considering getting, as you won't be able to get this weapon for like another 6, 7, 8 months. So it'll be quite some time. You'll be able to get it only this Tuesday. So definitely worth considering, either getting with gems or from Soulforge. This Wednesday, we're getting Scrappy, which if I'm not mistaken is a new pet that has not been released yet. And it will give a Sword's Edge bonus. And it's just a dog that's kind of already in the game, that one rare troop. But yeah, you'll be able to get him finally as a pet. He used to be the very first troop you actually used to get way back in the day. Or not the very, very first, but one of the first like few you would get during the tutorial. I don't think you do anymore from the tutorial. But it's cool to see that he's finally getting a pet after all these years. As he was one of those original few. Quite literally during the tutorial so early in the game. Anyways, Thursday we have Night Class. Night Class is arguably one of the worst hero classes in the entire game, if not the absolute worst. However, it has the event this Thursday. And Friday we do have ourselves a new faction. And with that, I guess we will go show the faction troops. I actually didn't look at them preemptively. So we'll get to see together what they are. And see if they are useless or not. So let's go bring up all that. Do it one at a time. So these should be the 4 troops. Oh yeah, it's going to be annoying like this, isn't it? Sometimes it actually opens it correctly in a new tab. But sometimes it's weird. And right now it wants to be weird. There we go. Okay, so first one. Epic. Hellgate. From Hellgate, which is what the place is called. And it's a Daemon Undead. As far as what it does, 13 mana cost, brown-blue. It gains 1 soul for each purple gem. Then explodes all purple gems. Interesting. That is not horrible. It's a soul gainer that has necromancy on it, which is pretty decent. But yeah, that's not bad at all. It's a solid exploder. Not like the best exploder in the game, but it's solid. It has soul gain. Has more soul gain because it has the 50% increase. So definitely has a lot going for it. Actually, is this the first non-mythic that has both soul gain and necromancy? I'm trying to think. What's the other one? I don't think there is. Ferrous Rod does, obviously. However, I think this is the first, unless I'm forgetting one. Isn't this the first troop that both has soul gain and necromancy? That's actually really good then. This might even be the new Azurus, though you might still use Azurus for the purple, or you know, the fact that it has purple link, which helps get things up a little bit quicker. But and it doesn't have conflict with mana cost because your shares the same mana cost as Ferrous Rod. But overall, not bad. Definitely not bad. That is actually pretty solid. Alright, next troop. Solzara. Wait, Soulzar has necromancy? I know it has the soul pit thingy. Soulzar was always pretty average though. But that mana accumulation on him is pretty solid. Because you'll be able to get the mana back and use it for mana accumulation while still getting the souls. Kind of like Dragon Soul, except with necromancy in a sense, but without the damage. That's basically what it is. It's Dragon Soul without the damage, but you have necromancy instead. That's basically what that is. Anyways, next up, Fury. It's just a daemon. It deals, it's a green-red, 12 mana cost, deals magic +2 damage to an enemy, and if they die, gain 20 souls. Otherwise, death mark them. So a lot of things related to souls. Hopefully we get a good boost ratio with souls. That's fast, so it gets up a little bit quick. Overall, doesn't seem too good, though. It does have a death mark pressure. It does get to start with Bone Storm. Though that won't really matter since first and final battle will start with Bone Storm anyway, since the enemy already has one of these. So this definitely seems like a troop you might not bring in. We'll just have to see what the other troops are first to know for sure. But it seems like one you'll probably pass on and not need for the kingdom. Alright, next up, let's see what the legend is. Actually, before we do the legend, let's do the legend last. Let's do the rare. Let's see what's up with the rare. Okay, so the rare. The Lima. It is a daemon. It deals brown-red, 10 mana cost, eliminates magic +1 from a random skill on an enemy, boosted by my souls at a 2-to-1, so at max it could do additional 20. Oh, unless you have a higher cap, in which case you could do even further than that. If you had necromancy for 50%, you could do 10 higher then, with that cap. And it removes all yellow gems. It has regeneration and spell armor, so you can't really use it as a tank. There's an issue here. What are we using as the tank? Hopefully the legend does something good in that regard. This one seems like another one you wouldn't use, so maybe if you want to try getting magic or attack reduction. But it's really luck-based if you're going to get the right stat of the 4. So he's probably going to be too inconsistent to go for. And, of course, the legend. Who's generally going to be the best one, obviously. But let's see what it does. Legend is the Daemon Undead, Judge of the Dead. 17 mana cost brown-purple. It deals magic +1 damage to all enemies. Okay, that's already good. Boosted by my souls at a 2-to-1. Yeah, you would want to use all of them. That's pretty much your team. You use like one of the mana generator, maybe even 2. Actually, I think you use one of the mana generator, one of the one that has Death Mark poke, and then 2 of him seems to be the way to go. He gains 1 soul when matching brown gems. Interesting. Though having 100% soul gain would have been better. Imagine if we had like an in-between Fair Raw. Not 50%, not 150%, but 100%. Unfortunately, that is not what he does. But yeah, just the fact he's AoE is enough to make him viable. So it's definitely double him. The rest of your team really just depends on what you want to roll. But you definitely want to run at least one of the mana generator. So most likely it's going to be one of this mana generator, one of this thing, and then double the legend. The big issue here is none of them can properly tank. Is a slight concern. I guess you would kind of use her as the tank. She's not actually a tank, but you really don't have a choice, and she has fast, so she's generally going to get a cast or 2 off before you before she dies anyways. But you'd probably just want to have her get the death mark down. The biggest issue is keeping her alive until the final battle. There's just no tank. This thing can't tank it. It's spell armor, not armored. None of them gain durability. It's going to be a really annoying one. It might even just be triple legend instead of mana accumulator. The only problem is the mana accumulator for this place blocks him on brown. So the mana accumulator wouldn't really help too much. It's a little bit of a clunky faction for sure. Though the legend should be able to carry through the faction. Its damage output's actually pretty good. And even if you only had 1 necromancy on the team, that's still 60 damage, or 60 souls. Which comes out to 30 additional damage. You know what? Hold up. Him with Fairish Raw, how much damage is that? Obviously, you can't do that for pure faction. 1 Fairish Raw brings souls to 100. That's 50 extra damage. What's the average AoE hitting right these days? Let's just put in like Black Manacle or something. Black Manacle. Yeah, that's about 100 damage. Give or take a little bit. Probably higher. But, yeah, he does about 100 damage with Fairish Raw. That's not a small amount of AoE damage. Is there a viable team that you could do that? Phylactery. Oh, have him in first slot. Phylactery. Double Fairish Raw. Oh no, but then how do you get mana? How much damage is that though? 160, 80, 80 into about 50 is 130 foil damage. He can potentially hit about as high as Phoenicia. Though the main caveat is the team would be rather clunky. Because you can't half mana start. Well, you can half mana start, but you have to waste a troop slot for it. The undead 50% start. And then you would need to empower like Leprechaun or something. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be viable to use in that regard. But it can be. There's probably some team. We'll need to mess around with it a little bit. There's at least one team where you can get away with using them with Fairish Raw. We might even need to cover a new soul farming guide after this this Friday. Do it this weekend. Because this might actually change how you do mid-level soul farming. It definitely has potential too. And the fact that he can passively gain souls is pretty nice. But yeah, definitely has a lot of potential. Anyways, those are the 4 troops. Definitely a really interesting legend. Mostly because it might change how soul farming is. The legend and that one mana accumulator are both going to slightly change how soul farming is done. Not the end game meta, but as you're progressing through the game. Also, that's funny. We got 2 faction troops. It is possible to get faction troops off of the legendary tasks. They're really useless to get, since the other ones are much better to get, anything that isn't a faction legend. However, it is possible to get faction legends, as you can see by the double faction legend. Oddly enough, the same color. But anyways, did I even donate gold to the guild this week? I think I did. Oh no, we need a person. We are 1 slot shorts. Oh yeah, we already did our gold. Anyways, so let's get into stuff. First things first, let's go check on invasions. Oh, so I didn't even say hello to everyone. Hello, hello Isabel, hello DS, hello Ricardo, hello Imperial, hello Captain, hello Kosh, hello Rogue. Oh yeah, all good Rogue. Glad you can make it. Hello Mr. Jesse, hello Tyrion, hello Logic Slayer, hello Imperial, hello Janice. Hello Stradium's Cat, hello Cookie, hello Andre. Hello Tadashi, hello Analyst, and hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so we are already done here. I just come here for the orb, our nice shiny power orb. Based on our luck this week, I'm pretty sure this is a power orb. It's either a power or a blue. Calling it now. It's 100% a power. One can hope. We've only gotten 2 powers so far. However, that's still way above drop rate. But hello, Aliceed. Hello, Garudo. Welcome, welcome. Please be power. Please be blue. That is neither of those 2 things. Very unfortunate. Okay, I think that's all of our weekly orbs then. Let's just go clear out dailies real quick then. Which I don't think we have anything good on. Let me see what's my offers. My offers are bad. Adventure board is bad, but hey, 10 gems. They add up. Every little bit helps. Even the small stacks. Oh, you got your first Mythic yesterday. Mambasera. Mambasera as a first Mythic actually might not be horrifically bad. Later in the game, she's not too good. However, I believe her base damage is high enough that getting her early on through random drops could be usable. You just need to give her a lot of mana accumulation. She's generally considered a weaker version of Tina 9000. However, from a really early game perspective, she's probably the highest damage source you have, so she's perfectly fine to use. I forget what her base damage is, but given that it's a Mythic, it's normally high enough that the fact that she hits 6 times should be pretty beneficial early on in the game. Even more so every little bit of early game magic you can get, since she increases her damage by 6 per magic. You got it in a guild chest? Nice. Yeah, guild chests have an ever so slightly higher chance than a normal gem key to give a Mythic. I believe it's 0.11 instead of 0.1 when you have it when you have 40,000 seals in your guild for the week. Yeah, Mambasera and Tina 9000, they both have an interesting damage output cast. The main reason I generally don't use them, even though they can be usable, is mostly because of their inconsistency. they hit completely random enemies, and the consistency of that is obviously not too good, since you can't target any specific thing with it. And you might get all of it distributed evenly to a point where it wouldn't actually get a kill. T9000 is a little bit better at securing the kill, though, because if it hits the same enemy at least twice, they'll die in almost every PvP situation. Whereas I believe Mombasera needs to get 3 hits on the same enemy in order for it to die normally. Though it does have 6 hits instead of 3, so it's a little bit more likely that it can hit 3 on the same. That's completely luck-based. Definitely not the worst first mythic to get, though, off of RNG. Because it's actually usable. It's quite a bit lower tier than some, but it's definitely usable. Let's see, we'll take this down. Yeah, I don't think I've touched her since since she came out. Mostly because I prefer a full AoE than a multi-hit like that, normally. If we do bring one out, we bring like T9000 into a true damage team. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't give Mombasera true damage so that it could synergize with Marilith. It does still technically synergize with Marilith. I believe they don't cover red. Or, you know, I believe Mombasera doesn't have red. So you can use Marilith to mana generate that way. Yeah, working to power level 5 for 5 stars on every kingdom, definitely a really good goal to go for. Ends up giving a lot of stats. It does require a legend from every kingdom, though. But now they have Mombasera, you can get Mist of Scales to 10 if you have the other requirements. And also, of course, every Sunday, always worth getting the 50 gem thing here. If any of you don't already, definitely make sure to do so. Theoretically, you could do it literally every single day if you really want to try getting as many diamonds as possible. However, the Sunday one is 100% of the time always worth it. I don't even need diamonds and I still go for it. It's so worth it. Because it gives you basically 84 diamonds between the 80 diamonds and the other little shards that go into diamonds. Anyways, so this flash offer is still useless. You could just ignore that. Let's see. I guess we go token farming then. We did that. We did that. We claimed all of our event stuff. We finished out every event. We have battles still left for this. However, it doesn't really matter since it's completed. Yeah, well, ranked did Isabel end up getting by the end of the week. Let's see. Oh, wait, are you not on leaderboard? Or did I already pass you? 3,840. Oh, you still made it. Nice, top 50. Yeah, we haven't got for a guild-related leaderboard for a while. I do eventually want to go for leaderboards. Maybe once they add hero classes again. Or, you know, new hero classes. That we could do it for a new faction, though. I feel like the new faction ones are contested quite a bit harder. But when they start adding new classes again, we'll do it for them. Since we are going to probably auto-max the classes anyways. So might as well try getting a power orb out of it. Or at least a double orb drop, if nothing else. Anyways, let's go head over to the Golvania. And I guess we will try getting one more Nisha. Or if nothing else, at least a Nano. To try to even out to a dozen drops. Because I know for sure we got 3 Nisha. I'm pretty sure we got 8 Anus, so I'm not sure the exact number. But if we did indeed get 8 Anus, that means one more Anu or Nisha, and that will be a dozen in a week. Which is pretty solid. Wish we could get that many every week. We definitely got above average luck, though we did farm a little bit longer. Also because we did a decent amount of farming of it during the variety stream as well. Can you join Dragon's Peak? Sure. Or actually, let me ask Isabel. Isabel, do we have anyone in the waiting line? I'm not sure if we do these days. But otherwise, yeah, we can get you in. If the answer is no to that. Otherwise, we can get you in the waiting line. I'm actually not sure if we do have a waiting line these days. I know we have in the past. Okay, no one in the waiting line. Yeah, DS, post your invite code. We can go get you in. You're always here in stream. Might as well get you into the guild as well. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Isabel. Oh yeah, Isabel will add you then. Perfect. Yeah, just put your invite code in, and we'll get you right in. Sounds perfect. What is the best way to get Mythic in game? It's pretty much just pure luck. The more keys you do, the more chances you have. The best way to try to get Mythics is to be in a really good guild and participate in all the events so that you get more keys and more resources that then can give you more chances to get Mythics. There's no really any strategy beyond that, pretty much. But just try to get into a really good guild. Ideally one that's completing out all the tasks per week. You can tell if your guild is completing out all the tasks because you'll see a legendary task underneath the task menu. This one right over here. What's the gold requirement to get all of them done these days? I actually forgot. I think it's a little over 1 million. You would need your entire guild doing. I should forget with the current map in the game how much you need per person. But I believe it's somewhere around about 1 million or so. Was it 500,000 or 1 million? Hold up. I don't even remember now. It's been so long. But basically, if your guild is getting to the point where you can see this screen and not just a bunch of tasks here on the task page, you know that they're getting done all the tasks. But any guild that can do that or get really close to doing that tends to be pretty decent for loot. But that's where you end up getting a good bulk of your resources every single week. There are a few other things like some events, guild-related events, other side stuff. But good majority of it just comes from the weekly guild thing. Oh yeah, it's 1.6 million per person, thank you. It's actually that high, wow. Yeah, I think it's like 500 something for just the normal tasks, but it's like 1.6 million or so for like every single task. I forgot it's actually that high. Because they end up upping it when they added the epic tasks. It used to only be that you needed like a little over 500,000 for the old ones, which is still the case, but they also added all those newer ones. But any guild that's doing a lot of tasks, as long as you get into something like that, that's where you get most of your keys from. And that gives you more chances for drops. Yep, no problem. If anyone else has any other questions, anything you want me to go over, do let me know. This will definitely be a really good stream to do it on, since we're just going to be chilling and farming a little bit. Since we kind of finished everything we need to do. And then tomorrow we'll have the event video as we do every single Monday. And tomorrow night we'll do all of the Chapter 8 tasks, as we always do every Monday night. And then the other really big thing, we actually have 2 really big things happening this week then. This Wednesday we have the Dev Q&A. This is the first Dev Q&A since the pandemic. I believe the last one was December of 2019. So it has been basically 1.5 years since they've done one. So that's this Wednesday after our stream. I'll go post a link and we'll go head over there. But it's pretty much right after our Wednesday stream on Wednesday. And aside from that, of course, we got a new faction this Friday. And factions are pretty much the biggest things that happen these days. At least until they start adding new kingdoms and other stuff. And we'll be reading through the entire storyline there and just kind of farming it up. Going over to teams, grinding it out. And getting 500 pure faction, though 500 pure faction will probably be completed on Saturday. Normally I break it down so we do most of it on Friday morning. Then we finish out a good majority of it on Friday nights. And then on Saturday we do the pure faction on Saturday night. It's normally how we break it down. And normally I post a guide video on Saturday, unless I have enough time on Friday morning. I wasn't able to last time because we got a Mythic simultaneously with it. But I might just be able to cover it if I have enough time Friday morning, hopefully. Because I want to cover on Saturday if I can, or on Sunday, the soul farming video. Since soul farming has somewhat changed as of this new faction coming out. Or at least the options that you have, or have increased if nothing else. I'm pretty sure the meta will still remain the same, but definitely gives a couple more options and creative ways to incorporate it into offensive teams. Since that one that does AoE damage, you can put it into pretty much any team. He's just a free AoE, just like using anything that hits all enemies, but it gives you souls on top of it. Especially if you're brown spamming a lot, since it gives souls every brown. But yeah, welcome to the guild, DS. Glad you could join us after so long. Let's see, you've been getting over 2,000 trophies the past 2 weeks. Nice. But it might slow down since you've got some basic stuff done, yeah. Early on, you definitely grind a bit more. And then you kind of just do it for the dailies. Play it a little bit slower. Because obviously, when you're first starting, you have a lot more objectives to try to aim for. And over time, while you still have objectives, those objectives start taking a lot longer as far as duration and time. The game definitely throws billions of objectives up front, and still does throughout the game. As you get further and further, those objectives, of course, start taking a little longer, increasingly. Actually, that reminds me, what star level does Sword's Edge become tomorrow? Doesn't it become the first 23-star kingdom? I'm pretty sure it does, or something really high. It's 20-something. Go check in a moment. I'm gonna go check right now, actually. Now this battle is complete. Oh, so the first Anu or Nisha will hand out a redeem code for. Sword's Edge is currently at 19 stars, so 2 more troops is what, 21? Should go to 21. So never mind, it's just going to 21. Which, we have a couple kingdoms that are 21. I believe the highest currently is Wide Plains, which is at 22. I believe we're getting a 23-star kingdom within the next few months, though. But, yeah, Wide Plains is the highest currently at 22. And Sword's Edge will be at 21. And I believe we get an armor from it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we get +1 armor tomorrow. Nice. Or if you can get 20-star Sword's Edge, you do. Okay, anyways. Let's go open this chest. Oh, wait, never mind. We gotta win the battle first. And we'll go open the chest. Okay, I'll take that skull over that way. And he just hands us the free skull for the win. Come on, Anisha. That is neither of those two things. We got a Rainier, though. Not horrible, but not exactly what we're looking for. Technically, you constantly keep getting those epic tokens as well, because now that we have World Lore event almost every single week, that will slowly keep giving us more and more epic tokens. It's one of the only few ways that you can get tokens with passively, since you're going to be doing it every single week anyways. The World Lore event ends up giving a good number of them every single time. Like, I think I get about 1.5 medals just for doing tier 3. If you buy tier 4, I believe you get slightly over 2 medals. You get like 2 medals and 1 token. So it definitely starts adding up over time. Since every single month, if you were to buy tier 4 every single month, you'd pretty much be getting a whole epic upgraded. Actually, no, even with even just with tier 3 with what I do, that's enough to get a epic upgraded every month, just by doing the normal bare minimum for World event. Because if every person in a guild is tier 3, that's enough to get the entire event done. Oh, why did I do that? Would have been better to use, what's his name? A Thrall. Didn't realize he had full mana. Let's match. Hey, Celestial. Not like I need it. Though, Explore 12 does give pretty good rate for Celestials. Though it is still pretty much only about 1 per hour. It might be a little bit closer to 1.5 per hour. But it's still going to feel like 1 per hour because of how they drop. Yeah, Celestials can be a little annoying to get prior to having a surplus. Luckily, every Sunday you get one for free off the thing that we just did. Well, you know, it's 50 gems, but it's basically free with all the other loot that's on it. It's one of the few instances where you get a 100% chance of getting one. The 50 gem diamond offer thing every Sunday. Yeah, once you get a surplus of Celestials, you kind of don't need to worry about them anymore. The only problem is getting to that point. Because they're pretty slow to farm otherwise, since their average rate's about 1 per hour through Explore. Slightly higher for Explore 12 if you can do it quickly. That's still about 1 per hour. Okay, I'm still really curious to see what they go over for the Q&A, or what the side questions they'll answer. Because 100% I'm asking some stuff about Puzzle Quest 3. Not sure how many things they'll answer, though. Because this is their first Q&A since Puzzle Quest 3 has soft launch. Though I'm pretty sure it's not launching for a while. It is in a very unstable state currently. But it did say they, at least previously, that they plan on getting it done before the end of the year. Getting it launched. We haven't covered the first guide for that game soon. We'll see. There's definitely plenty of stuff to cover. The only problem with it is a lot of things could become irrelevant in the sense that a lot of things are still subject to change with the game. What do we go for here? I got Explosion for now. Also, have they posted what they're going over for the Q&A yet? Last time I checked, there was no post on it going over. Like Salty said that they were going to. And I still have not seen the post mentioning such. Normally I do it at least like a week in advance. Unless I just did not see it. Because she's mentioned right here. Dev Q&A. This will follow the past formats. And will be announced. And we will announce the... where is it? Why can I not read? The main talking points that the devs will be covering ahead of time. She said they'd be posted ahead of time. Where is it, though? I don't see it. Okay, let me go reopen a forum instance. Maybe I'm just very blind. So I checked the other day and didn't see it. Maybe they posted it since then. Doubtful, though. Probably under official news. Actually, let me just check all new posts. Nope. I'm not seeing it. Oh, they're definitely going to. It's in like 3 days. They have to soon. Let's see. I'll take that over. Get her destroy. Yeah, it does have a lot more of a daily grind. Gems of War is kind of nice in that you do get rewarded for playing it daily. But it's definitely not one that feels like you have to play it daily. Like, you can get a good majority of stuff done in Gems of War if you just play it on Monday and Friday. Or Monday and one weekend day, essentially. You can get a good majority of everything done. But yeah, something like Puzzle Quest 3, it definitely demands a little bit more checking up on. Even something like Tribute in Gems of War, theoretically it's every hour. But you definitely don't ever feel like you have to take it every single hour. Whereas with how Puzzle Quest 3 is set up, it's definitely a bit more demanding in that regard. Though there are options later in the game that make it a little bit easier. Like I normally just set up all diamond chests, so I only have to check that aspect once a day. And then don't have to worry about it. But you don't have access into that until way later in the game. Another Celestial. Oh, we're getting lucky on those, so that is not what we want to be getting lucky on. We do not need Celestials. Yeah, the turnover rate for the Puzzle Quest 3 guild is really quick. Like, if someone does, like, 0 crests in 2 days, you pretty much just have to auto-kick them. It's a really weird system for it. Because something like Gems of War, you could donate once at the beginning of the week, and then not have to worry about it the entire week. But something like Puzzle Quest 3, you literally have to do it every single day. Otherwise, it shows that person doing a lot less resources, which hurts the entire guild. They probably will change that to some degree. But they haven't done a patch to balance anything yet. There's been 0 balance patches. There has been a patch, but it was not a balance patch. It was just a really big bug fix patch. Which they need like 1 billion more of as well. But yeah, it's amazing because in Gems of War guilds, I think in the last month, I have kicked 1 person from our Gems of War guild. In Puzzle Quest 3 in the last month, I think I've kicked 50 to 60 people. Because of how much quicker the turnover rate is in that game. I hope they make it a lot less cutthroat. Because it is kind of bad in that regard right now. Like, if someone had to take off for a week in Gems of War, it normally doesn't matter. But if you had to take off for a week in Puzzle Quest 3 in the current state of the game, you'd literally just have to kick the person and then invite them back in after, if there's still room. Well, the guild thingy says that there's a 300 crest requirement. Kind of like how we would kick anyone in the Gems of War guild who constantly doesn't do like 1,000,000 gold per week. That's really easy to do in Gems of War, though. Hey, an Anu! Time to hand out the code. Actually, how much gold has my guild done this week? What are the requirements for my guilds? I have to forget the full list because it's a long list. But most of them are pretty straightforward things that you would already do. Where's the thing? It's underneath here. 1.5k seals, which is pretty easy now that the 2,000 limit is out. So that's super easy to hit. 200 trophies. That's mostly just to make sure people are actually doing some amount. I don't really care about trophies as much as gold, though. 1.5 million gold. 40k Guild War score. Oh, we still have that in there? Most people do less than that. But ideally, try to hit for 40k. Oh, people broke down all the other things. Ah, I see. Someone edited it since then. Interesting. But basically, Tier 3, the main requirements are 1.5 million gold and do Tier 3 in all events, is what this could be simplified into. But 1.5 million gold so we get to legendary tasks, and Tier 3 in all guild-related events so we get it done easily. Yep, not a single person below 1 million, except the person who just got in. Which is obvious, because they literally just got in, like 10 minutes ago. We just got DS in. Anyways, let me go hand out a code. I did say when we get an Anu or a Nisha, I would do so, and we just got an Anu, which I believe is our 9th Anu this week? I'm losing track, but I'm pretty sure that's about a dozen Anus and Nishas combined together. 3 Nisha, 9 Anu. Somewhere's around there. Anyways, let me go get you guys this code. Where is the code section? Right there. Put that in there, put that in there, put that in there. Click refresh, put that all the way to the side. Copy the whole thing. And there you guys go. There's the redeem code. You use on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Whatever your game says right over there in the bottom left corner is where you put in for your invite code. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with ON. And it gives the same word as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. 1.5 million gold is something meant for endgame. Generally, as a newer player, you're looking to aim for about 300,000 or 500,000 guild requirement. It'll be a while before you try going to the upwards of 1 million guilds, unless you're playing like a really, really high amount. Because that can be a really hard requirement to hit earlier on. But it becomes a lot easier later in the game. Because you keep getting more and more ways to get gold, and you just kill things quicker, which of course results in more gold. But you also just passively get more gold through tribute and stuff like that. Like, I think I get like 1/3 of that passively, like without even playing. Like, if I just took tribute like several times a day and nothing else, I'm pretty sure we get like 1/3 of that already. You think you hit 3 million this week? Nice. Yeah, quite a few people do end up donating quite a bit more. The minimum just to make sure that everyone's donating, you know, some amount to the cause. Well, the only other requirement the guild pretty much has is do tier 3s. The breakdowns that were shown there is just the average amount that tier 3 would normally do in each thing. And of course the Guild War thingy. Though there's quite a few people that score under 40,000 on Guild Wars. I don't kick people for that. When we were really try hard for Guild Wars, I did. But we don't really try hard Guild Wars these days. Who's kind of just been hovering around bracket 4 and 5. But yeah, the guild was actually the very first to ever win Guild Wars, Dragon's Peak. The very first Guild Wars ever, we got first place. And of course, we were really high for several months after that. Actually, almost half a year or so. But then after that point, we got a bit more casual with it. Oh, I should have taken red. Whoops. Oh, he killed my hero. I'm like trying to. I was like, wait, why did he not die? He kind of killed the hero. The PvP score for Xbox is 154,000. Wow, that's pretty high. I have never hit over 100,000 for it. The leaderboard normally is over 100,000. I think the highest we ever did was around 80,000 or so. Let me go check. What is it on PC Mobile? I'm not even sure what it hits to these days. I know it's over 100,000 normally. Yep, 186,000. Excuse me. Be 186. Second place being 148. Yep, 186,000. Very high. That takes a very long amount of time. I'm pretty sure that's upwards of 10 hours per day. Might even be more than that. Might even be closer to 12 or 16. Not even sure these days what the exact rate of PvP farming is. But it's definitely upwards of at least 8 to 10 hours per day, if not more. Probably more. I can never do PvP that much. I don't think there's any game I play that much these days. Like, not even remotely close. If you combine, like, all the gaming I do, it doesn't even come close to that. I just spend that all on PvP. You just beat your old record of 153,000? Nice. Yeah, I haven't tried pushing for it for a while. The last time I tried going for a PvP leaderboard was like 3 years ago. It was a very long time. Like 3 or 4 years ago. We need to do more Minecraft. We will do another Minecraft stream at some point. In survival mode and see how bad we do. We had a lot of really funny moments. I'm not sure if we should continue our world or start a new one, though. The only annoying part is we don't have a map. But we've kind of been trying to make our own map. I don't know. I guess we'll stick with our own world that we have now. And just kind of stumble with it. I like our base in the sky that we made. Between the two towers. Yeah, our Minecraft adventures were interesting. We'll find more ways to die. I'm pretty sure I found a good number of them already. There we go. She's getting Minecraft for Switch for her birthday? Nice. Yeah, I picked up the Switch version of Minecraft. It's just easier to record that way. I'm pretty sure it's slightly easier to play on the PC version, but I don't know. I've been starting to get a little bit more into using controllers for a lot of stuff lately. But I still use mouse and keyboard for Gems of War. But quite a few games, especially if it's like platforming related in any way. It's starting to use controller 4 instead of mouse and keyboard. Hey, you don't remember telling her that? She's convinced you. I know, I was making that joke as we were playing Minecraft, that there are probably 6-year-olds that are better than us at Minecraft. It's fun being bad at it, though. My biggest concern with Minecraft is once we know how to play, it'll get a lot less fun. Because then it becomes easier to not die. She has to finish Breath of the Wild first. I still have not started Breath of the Wild. We need to at some point. I'm basically waiting until they announce Breath of the Wild 2. And then about the month or so prior, we are going to do the entirety of Breath of the Wild. Not 100% though, but you know, entirety as in finishing the game. Not 100%ing. We are not 100%ing that game. We are definitely not 100%ing that game. But we will complete it. I'm not sure if I'll do master difficulty or if I'll do it a little bit lower. I somewhat want to do it on master, but I'm not sure how much we'll get obliterated if we do. I feel like initially we will, but then afterwards it won't be as bad. Oh, you just got a war coin offer for Marina. Nice. Yeah, it's a very low chance, but it's possible. I haven't done the daily 3 arena for forever. Other than arena events where it kind of forces you to. Well, not forces you to, but you know, you get good value for doing so. But aside from those, I don't think I've actively done it for like 3 months, not counting arena events. But you can occasionally get lucky and get good value from it. You can also get Imperial Deeds, you can get writs and pets and whatever other kingdom stuff. There's a couple good ones. The only problem is more often than not, they're not good. Like, you can do an entire week of daily arenas and get nothing out of it. Then other times you get a little lucky. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a pretty long game. 100%ing it's like really, really long. Especially if you do it without guides, which we would definitely not do. Though we aren't looking at any guides, though. We're going in not completely blind. Like, I've seen, like, speedruns of the game and a few other things. But as far as, like, basic understanding of the game, we're pretty much going in blind. Probably our best experience has been the fact that we played, what's it called? Wow, words. The fact that we played, Age of Calamity. Because Age of Calamity, a lot of people said that the combat style, well, not exactly the same because they're different genres, has quite a few similarities to Breath of the Wild. Because obviously it's not kind of like the prequel to it, essentially. Can we see spoilers of Soulforge troops next week? There are no spoilers. It doesn't get generated until reset, so we don't know until it gets reset. So we won't know that info for another 6 hours from now, which is why we don't go over it on Sunday nights, because it's not known. It's also one of the reasons for the Monday videos, since that's pretty much the earliest time we know when it will happen. But yeah, not until another 6 hours and 4 minutes will we know that info. And I'll be sleeping then. Actually, I might stay up to record the videos. Drink a bunch of caffeine. Anytime I do that, I almost always just crash, and then we do it later in the day. Sometimes I'm awake enough to do it. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Otherwise, we'll probably wrap up until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, as we do every night. We'll be going over all of the Chapter 8 tasks, as well as, of course, we'll have the event video up at some point tomorrow. Hopefully early. And we'll go from there. And, of course, we have a really fun faction next Friday. And we got a Q&A by the devs on Wednesday. And we'll head over there after we do our Wednesday night stream. And that should have some really juicy info. And it'll be the first one that they've done since the pandemic. For obvious reasons. Let's see, we'll take that down. Put that down. Yeah, let's go get this chest and then we'll call it a wrap. Hopefully we'll have an Anu or Nisha in it. What time is the dev stream? 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we start at 8, and then we'll stream probably till about 9:15 on that day. And then we'll head directly to the Q&A stream. And then it'll start at 9:30. They stream it on Twitch, though, not on YouTube. But I'll post the link and everything on our stream at the end of Wednesday night stream. And then pretty much immediately after is their stream. I'll end ever so slightly earlier so we can all get over there before they start. But they normally start a little bit later than 9:30. The start time might be 9:30, but they probably won't start till like 9:40 or so. Oh, you got a Bloodwood randomly from chest. Nice. It is definitely more towards the useless slide. However, it does have Entangle Bleed, with that Entangle aspect obviously being the slightly better aspect. It's not 100% useless, but it's definitely very situational when you would use it. I know I personally barely touched it since its release. I think I tried it for 1 Guild Wars and it was just kind of average. If nothing else, there's an Entangle option that has okay damage, which is where its main value lies. Oh, is he gonna escape? Don't you escape with my loot. I need that loot. Gonna hit him directly just in case he agiles. Don't need that happening. It's useless. I don't know. I feel like almost every mythic could theoretically be used. They're just less variants of efficiency. Like, if we wanted to build a Bloodwood team, we could build a Bloodwood team. Would we really want to be using it? Probably not. But it would function. Yeah, there's some really good mythics coming up soon. Because the Soulforge cycle is nearing its end. Yep, catch you later, master. We'll be ending ourselves as well. As soon as we get this chest. Yeah, we ended with an Anu, keeping with tradition. We technically ended with a double Anu last night. Or for the variety stream. Theoretically, we didn't. It was the one before the final one, but I'm still counting as the final one. We got a Nisha, then we got a double Anu, and then we'll ignore the last chest. But yep, got an Anu, as is tradition. I'm not sure why, but there's a higher chance that we get an Anu than not get an Anu on the final chest of every stream. I'm not sure why. It just happen. It just always seems to happen, or at least more often than it doesn't. It's kind of weird, but it's just how it works. Not sure why. But anyways, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll be back 1 hour prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every single night, going over Chapter 8 tasks. We'll have the video going over the weekly stuff tomorrow. The dev Q&A is after our Wednesday stream Wednesday night. And Friday morning, we'll be doing the new faction that's coming out. That'll be pretty big. Quite a few really good troops as well that are used for soul farming, particularly if you're earlier or mid-range in the game and you don't have Ferrous Raw yet. Some really good options. And even if you do have Ferrous Raw, still some options you could technically use to use it as more of a damage source, particularly a Legend. So definitely going to need to mess around with them and see what they could do. They're probably mostly initially going to be focusing on completing the faction, of course. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful week. Goodbye, everyone.